What is up, everybody? It is Aaron, Ray, and Rube back again with another episode of Franchise Tagged Fantasy Football Podcast. Let us know in the comments if you guys made the playoffs. We were just having a little short discussion about that before the show to see, what leagues we made what in. Yeah, Rube made it in the big money league. Good job, Rube. We're so proud of you.
Yeah, cool.
The usual.
Super dope.
Anyways. So,
Super
anyways.
dope. Breaking news right away, right when we jump on the stream. Jump on it. Kyler Murray looking like he is done, sir, done.
So if you guys don't know or you're just tuning in for the first time, this is Monday night for the Tuesday recording. So we are actually watching the game live as it's happening.
What'd you see, Rube?
What I see?
Yeah, what'd you see?
Non-contact.
That ain't good.
Not good at all. Not good ever.
Nah, he reached right to it, too. As soon as he did that little cut, it was over. Went right down. I know that feeling. I know it all too well. Mr. Ligaments himself here. Aaron, Rube, you guys got anything cool to say before I get into this news and notes? We jump right into it.
Anything cool to say?
Yeah. That I'm the gulag champ. You guys want to call me that now?
The Buccaneers are butt.
Yes, the Buccaneers are trash. Yes.
Yes.
Detroit's still alive. Well,
the Buccaneers are not trash. We're just nice. I give my defense some respect. Don't do that.
Okay, hold on. Time out. So San Francisco's defense is freaking immaculate. They're awesome. They're great. I get it. They're the number one defense in football for a reason. Brock Purdy has fit into that offense and is just not looking like the 262nd overall pick. And is this the worst Tom Brady we've ever seen or the worst offense Tom Brady's ever had?
That's the worst Tom Brady we've seen.
Ruben?
Yeah. He might be on the downward slope. But,
he was pissed talking to people when he was done with the game, and everyone's all trying to shake his hand and stuff like that. He was pissed.
He signed somebody's interception ball.
I don't think that he signed it with anything else but chagrin.
Chagrin, huh? Well, guess what? Don't throw an interception if you don't want to have to sign balls.
Yeah, it's true.
This is correct.
What do you guys think about Detroit right now?
They're getting hot. They're getting hot at the right time. Especially in a pretty open NFC North and a pretty outside of the top 5 teams in NFC, the last 6 and 7 seeds are still pretty open. I'm a firm believer the NFL needs to do like the NBA and just take the top 7 records rather than all the division winners get in, because if you're barely above 500 like Tampa Bay is or Dallas is typically making the playoffs, I don't think you should be in the playoffs.
We're going to get into the waivers because, with Kyler going down, Lamar out, this being playoff week 1.
The Cardinals just missing a field goal.
Gonna be some serious waivers here. I hope you guys got your pens, your papers, your notes. Hope them all out, I think the Lions are real. I think they have a long road to go I don't think they're going to win the division. The Vikings would have to completely implode to not win that division. But
I agree.
Damn, that's tough. That's tough because
I would like to put a pin in for kind of the off-season talk. Do the Lions, do they draft a quarterback or do they ride with Jared Goff?
Why wouldn't they?
That's my point.
Wouldn't they have like a top pick?
They have a top 3 pick.
It's going to be crazy. The Rams pick or something like that. They have to get a quarterback.
They'd be silly not to.
I 100% agree, but we've seen more asinine stuff happen.
Maybe they go and reach out to can Caleb Williams come out if he wanted to, or he has to wait one more year?
He has to wait one more year.
I was gonna say maybe they make a phone call hey Caleb, look, you guys, you come out, we'll give you some.
We'll hire Lincoln Riley if you'll just follow him again.
We'll give you some Nike deals, or we'll give you money. Just come on out. So, anything else for the greater good? We can get into more of the show.
Greater good of the people. Jacksonville looks like they're finally picking up a hot streak as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think that their defense could be in streaming consideration going through the playoffs, given what they showed this past weekend.
I thought Geno looked human this week, more human than he has. He throw 3 or 4 picks. Not as accurate, not as
for fantasy though. I will say for fantasy, he was still actually viable.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying for real life football.
And he threw two interceptions.
I thought it was 3.
3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Maybe I saw it backwards. Trying to think any other teams that kind of stood out to me. Ruby, got anything?
No particular team, but Jerry Judy looked real good.
You know what's messed up?
Real good.
About
and he's
15,
getting all the target.
About 15 minutes before game time, I was like, Adam Thielen will probably have a better game than Jerry Judy. I think Kansas City's just going to boat race the Broncos. Boy, did I mess up. I still would have lost anyways, but it's just painful.
They were boat racing them anyway. Like they were boat racing them. That was happening. And then they were like, hey, you know what? Let's let Denver right back in this game. I think Russ kind of died like in the third quarter, fourth quarter. I think he actually died for a second. And he came back to life. They
left his body and came back.
Yeah, then he won the gulag, came back. He went to the Googe, won, clutched up, came back.
Stop.
Maybe that knocked some sense into him. I don't know.
Do you start him next week if Russ is out?
Jerry Judy?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, I mean,
tough.
And Sutton is out.
I was going to say, realistically speaking, though, he only had 3 receptions and 1 touchdown after Russ went out. No, all the touchdowns happened when Russ happened.
Yeah,
right?
I'd say Russ had all the touchdowns because he's almost to his bathroom limit. Almost.
I love how that's like the benchmark. He's almost there,
and he's gonna miss next week for sure because he died. There's no way he's allowed to play next week. No way. If you're still relying on Russell Wilson, look. Listen to what we're going to say today. We're going to give you a better option than Russell Wilson was ever going to be. I know he was a quarterback 4 or something like that this week. I don't care. That was luck based. He rolled.
You are incorrect because one of the touchdowns came from Rippon.
Oh, I
knew it didn't seem right.
I still think he finished like quarterback 4 or 5.
Who, Russ?
Yeah.
Oh, I would believe so.
Russ will be out anyway.
Yeah, he's going to be out. Doesn't matter. Anyways, want to get to the news?
There was one more thing I was going to bring up, but I forgot what it was.
I got one more thing to bring up.
Packers were on bye, so they didn't get to hurt me this week.
I have a bigger thing to bring up.
What?
Go ahead.
Since we're already in the show, if you guys have been listening this long, thank you so much. We hit 1,000 subscribers. How did we pass this up? Completely forgot about it. It was old news. It's old news. It happened today, happened earlier today. Shed a little tear. Was pretty pumped. I smooched my wife. It was all good.
Yeah.
It was all good. 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys. Really appreciate all of the patronage, you could say.
Patronage. Thanks.
Thanks. Let's get into the news and notes, huh?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So we just already talked about Kyler Murray. He's out, most likely a torn ACL. Obviously, we don't know the details of it yet because we've watched it live happening. But anytime that somebody grabs their kneecap after they were not touched and they were juking side to side, I'm willing to bet that it was an ACL. Commanders activate Carson Wentz from injured reserve. What the hell does that even mean? Why? Why didn't they just cut him? Just cut him.
It means that he gets to hang out at practice and run the scout team.
That means if Ray needs a quarterback, he's going to pick him up.
Hey, right now might as well because I'm out of the running. I'm out of the running, guys. The fantasy Jesuses were not friendly to me. Brock Purdy getting an MRI today. This is as of Monday at 5:30. Got an MRI today to look at an oblique. Do you got any news on that, Rube?
He's day to day.
Okay. I don't think that's anything really to worry about because
Nah.
he looked good. He looked good. I don't know.
He got it in the second quarter, and he played through it anyway, so it shouldn't be too much to worry about.
Yeah. Tyreek Hill did not miss any time. He came back onto the field. I don't think he's probably going to be limited this week, but most likely not really an issue. I don't think it is because he just took 75 yards to the house right after he was hurt. So I don't think
it's a weird game.
Yeah. Jeff Wilson left the game early. Had a hip injury, didn't come back in. If you're relying on Jeff Wilson, I doubt it unless you're in a deeper league, but I guess something to monitor. I don't see anything else that would be pertinent to him being out, but that's just what I'm seeing here. Looking through a couple other things. Debo.
Who?
High ankle sprain, most likely.
MCL sprain too.
Okay. Would you say probably 3 weeks then?
I would say 3 weeks. High ankle sprains is usually 4 weeks, but they say he's coming back before the season is over, so we'll see.
He's done for fantasy playoffs, right?
Fantasy playoffs.
Yes, he's done for fantasy. If he comes back, it's probably week 18.
Yeah, if he came back in week 17, I would not be interested in putting him in my lineup. There's no way. Not off a high ankle sprain.
Nope.
You saw it with Mike Williams earlier this season. They come back early and they're out early. So
if he does come back before the first round of the wild card weekend, if he comes back before that, it's just so he can get 7 to 10 reps to get some actual game time on it.
Yeah, and maybe if you're in a 16-man league, maybe, but like even then, no thanks.
Did you see where? Hold on, sorry to interrupt you. Did you see where T.O. kind of went off on Shanahan, Rube?
I did not.
He basically went to Twitter and was like, "Stop running our skill position players up the middle." He's like, Trey Lance, Jimmy Garoppolo, Deebo Samuel. How many injuries do we have to take?
I seen that might have been Jerry Rice.
Yeah, not T.O. Jerry Rice.
Yeah,
that's who it was. Yeah.
One Hall of Famer, another. Who knows?
Who cares?
Yeah.
Right?
No, and I think he's right. And did you guys see that? Do you see that Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp episode that Shannon went crazy on him?
Shannon had every right to go crazy on him.
Oh yeah,
Skip basically said, "Hey, you're just pissed because you couldn't play past 35," and it's like you didn't even play in the NFL, you stupid fuck. Excuse me.
The crazy thing is that Shannon didn't play past 35. But he also played a different position than Tom Brady. Completely different position. Tom Brady didn't take anywhere near as many hard-hitting hits.
Shannon also has a gold jacket. So I'm going to need you to take all your writing, your typing accolades and just go fuck off, Skip Bayless.
That's what I'm going to need. Right? That's crazy. Imagine having the audacity. We already covered Russell Wilson. He went out with a concussion. He will most likely not be back for any reasonable amount of time for fantasy because it literally looked like he was having a seizure.
His eyes did roll the back of his head.
And he was drooling. Mike Williams was activated. He played. I thought he played well. He looked good. He looked healthy. I think you fire him up for the rest of the season. Why not? Right? Why not? The Chargers offense looked pretty damn good. I understand playing against Miami. Still looked pretty good. Trying to think of anything else that I might be passing on. That might be it.
I got some.
What's up?
Go ahead.
You got Higgins out with a hammy.
Oh, I didn't see that.
That hurt.
He played like one play. And they say he snuck on the field and he wasn't even supposed to play anyway. But he went out with a hammy. Tyler Boyd, broken finger. He went out early as well. I don't know. I think they said maybe 2 weeks, maybe.
Let's say Tyler Boyd plays this upcoming week and you have some injuries or you have questions.
I'm playing, right? What's his name? Irwin? Is that his name? The white guy, number 16 for the Bengals? That's who I'm playing instead of Tyler Boyd. If they're both out.
Jerry Jeudy or Tyler Boyd?
Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah.
Okay. With Brett Rippon?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to see where you guys were at.
Not Tyler Boyd with a broken finger.
And then Kenny Pickett, he had a concussion too, so he might miss next week as well.
Yeah, I think
I don't see that as big of a downgrade though for the Pittsburgh pass catchers.
Probably an upgrade for Deontay Johnson. He might then move back into flex category.
Yep.
I mean, that's a deep flex. I still don't really want to put him in, but you've seen it while Mitch was in. He was hyper targeting Deontay Johnson, so at least something to kind of pull away from that. Might actually be time to move away from George Pickens as well because it didn't. Although he did get a couple deep shots, he did get 2 red zone passes. George Pickens did from Mitch Trubisky, but I don't know if you're relying on those. That's tough.
Listen, Ray, our season's been tough. People are in the same position that we're on that have snuck into the playoffs that are relying on stuff like that.
Yeah.
I would agree. Downgrade for Pickens, upgrade for Deontay Johnson and Pat Freiermuth.
Oh yeah, Pat Freiermuth. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So.
Mm-hmm. Long as Mitch is in town, he's going to Pat Freiermuth. Long as he's there.
But yeah.
I don't have anything else news and notes wise. Anything else you guys can think of?
Nothing. I don't know if you guys touched on it, but Lamar, they say he might not be back till Christmas Eve. So
ooh. If Lamar got you to the playoffs, man, that sucks. That sucks.
Yeah,
if you're riding him.
You're hurting.
Yeah. What do you say, Aaron? We drop to a quick break, and then we get into the waivers, is what everybody's here to see.
Ooh, everyone's here to see the waivers. Let's go ahead and hear a word from our sponsors.
Hey, everyone. This show is brought to you by Driffles Jerky. Are you like us and love beef jerky, but hate paying those high prices for subpar meat? Well, at DrifflesJerky.com, they have the money meat.
You said the money meat?
That's right, the money meat. Great tasting beef jerky made from top quality cuts of beef at great prices. Use promo code FranchiseTag to get yourself 10% off on your order today.
That's DRIFFILLS jerky.com.
Hello and welcome back, guys. Hey, what do you guys think about that jerky, huh? Make sure you use that promo code, please, because then we get to keep the lights on. What do you guys say we jump into the waivers?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Quarterback waivers for this week, which is crucial because Kyler's going to be out. Russ will be out. Lamar. I don't know if you can reliably go back to Jared Goff this week. So he was a one-time streamer, I think. So who do you guys want to go with first? Do you want me to go first? I'll go first.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Raymond.
Okay.
No, wait, before you go first.
Yes.
You rode the Mike White train last week, right?
I did, yes. I did.
How'd that work out?
He got hurt. I don't understand why this is such a bad...
Didn't we have a bet?
What do we have to get to? Oh, yeah. We did have a bet, and I lost that bet.
Yes, you did.
Again, you want to take my injury? Go ahead.
I'll let you slide with the injury.
Nah, do not let him slide. He still played. He was 91% of the game.
Sir.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he played 91% of snaps.
91%, Raymond. That's no, you don't get a pass for 91%.
It's up to you, Aaron. You want to take the pass or not? I don't mind paying it up. Anyways, my stream again. If Mike White is available, I'm putting him in. Playing against Detroit.
This might be the week. I'll give you that. Right. This might be the week.
The rest of his season is his week. That was his toughest task, was Buffalo, and he was looking fine. He was just getting beat the hell up. He had to get an MRI during the game. Like, come on. Yeah. I don't know. I like Mike White this week. Other streamers, I'm sure you guys are going to bring them up, so I don't want to step on your guys' toes. So go ahead.
Ruben, you can go.
I'd go with my boy Purdy. You know, I'd start Purdy. He looked real good. If anything, he has the Jimmy G role, and Jimmy G was giving you 17 to 18 a week. So I'd go with Purdy.
Okay. He had 21 points against Tampa Bay, which is supposed to be a bad matchup. He looked fine. He looked fine.
Fourth quarter.
He didn't play the fourth quarter? Oh, yeah, because it was a blowout.
It was a blowout.
Yeah, it was a blowout. And he gets to play Seattle next week. Now, I think Seattle's defense is a little better than Tampa Bay's. That's kind of gross, huh? A little better, moderately.
I don't know.
We'll find out, right?
Yeah, we will. We will.
Aaron, you got anybody there?
I do. I have. They're not going to win you the week, but they're not going to kill you. I have Ryan Tannehill against the Los Angeles Chargers. That'd be one of my streams of the week, and then I have another one. It is super duper gross.
Don't.
I got a nasty one too.
Super duper gross, but it is Mac Jones against the Las Vegas Raiders.
It ain't that nasty, but it's nasty.
So that is mine. I don't think that he's necessarily going to kill you. Kind of pay attention to what happens tonight, as we know the game's already going on. But I do think against a shaky Raiders defense, to say the least, I think New England's line's good enough to give him a little bit of time, but that secondary is just not good.
Who was yours, Rube?
Andy Dalton.
Oh no.
He plays Atlanta.
No.
Come on.
No.
Jesus. It's nasty. I'd play Dalton over Aaron's pick any day.
Mac Jones?
Mac Jones. Mac Jones? How
about we go with the different Jones? How about Daniel Jones? How about we talk about Daniel Jones for a second?
No, because since week 8 they've been 1-5-1.
Okay.
1-4-1. They haven't won any games.
Not this
Okay.
week.
Yeah, and
He's
they're playing
against Washington.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
He just played against Washington. He gave you it was not bad. He gave you 17.
17. His numbers aren't bad, and I think it's his rushing floor. But since the game against Houston, that's week 10, it's been coming back to us now in the future times, is 19.28 points, 28 against Detroit. Dallas was 14.5, which is tough, but Dallas' defense is good. Washington was 17.10. Philadelphia, again, good defense, 19.36. Washington again here. So I think that if you're looking at a streaming option, I bet that he gets through waiver wire ads. I bet he does.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have a whole lot of money left, you get beat in the lottery for, let's just say, any one of these names, Daniel Jones will be able to get you through a week.
Okay. Then I would say Taylor Heineke too. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. I would say if you get one of those late in the day Sunday quarterbacks and you want to shoot for the stars, then you go Daniel Jones.
That's
so
fair,
like if you got a Tannehill at 125 and you know you need about 30 points, then you just take a chance on Daniel Jones in this running floor.
Yep.
I do like Tannehill though, because he's gonna have to score. He will have to be involved. It can't just be you look at it last week. Right now, Detroit has, I think, the number 5 rushing defense through like the last 6 weeks. They're killing it up front.
Why are we talking about Detroit?
It's not Detroit. They play the Chargers. So Tannehill might be.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was getting confused for a second. I would fire up Tannehill for sure. But I don't know why I thought. What was I thinking right now? Losing my mind. Any other names?
No.
All right. Then let's move on to running back.
Yeah, you're not waiting Monday night to play Baker against freaking Green Bay.
I will say that Baker did do some things that no one expected. I do not think that happens again. I don't.
No way.
That was crazy.
Yeah, don't. I agree.
Props to Baker though. That was dope. That was a good game. I liked it. Bukasu. I like it. Any running backs?
So running backs, if he's out there, I'd look at Chuba Hubbard. I know Carolina's gross, but they still are in the mix, so they are trying to win.
He had 17 points against Seattle too. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So
maybe Tyler Algier. Maybe
Tyler Algier.
Yeah, I mean he had 10 attempts last week, maybe 5.2 carry.
Yeah, it's tough out there for running backs. That's for sure.
Running backs.
What I would say do is if you're in the playoffs, just go grab your handcuffs so you don't got to worry about them.
Like a Kenneth Gainwell, if he's still out there.
Mm-hmm.
Or like a Samaje Perine, because he shouldn't have been dropped at all since you picked him up. But
ain't no way that he's out there now. There's no way.
No, I'm just saying. You know what I mean.
Yes,
if he is.
Yes.
Josh
Kelly maybe for Austin Eckler. So.
It's crazy because they still have Isaiah Spiller, but they just don't ever want to use him. It's crazy. Never.
Well, it is what it is.
Never. How about Amir Abdullah? I know that he didn't play very much. I understand that. But if just so happens Josh Jacobs is missing time, why not Amir Abdullah?
I mean, that could happen, I guess, right?
It could.
At least a handcuff. I mean, if you're the Josh Jacobs owner and you're really needing him to play, and you find out he doesn't what time do they play?
But is he the handcuff?
That's the thing, is I don't know. He's playing against New
They
England
play 305.
Yeah, but is he the handcuff? Is my only question.
I don't know. But I mean, at this point, looking at running backs,
receiving back.
Yeah, but he's playing against New England too.
Yeah,
I don't like that. Scratch that. Never mind. Receivers. Moving on, because running backs are dead. That waiver wire is scarce. I would still check to see again, since it's after the bye. Check to see if AJ Dillon got dropped. Check to see if just so happens. Yeah, check to see if the players that might have been on bye might have been dropped because people are trying to fight for a win. Check to see if it's there. I would obviously, out of every name we mentioned, AJ Dillon would be a pickup for me over all of them. Or I'm trying to think any of the names. The backup for Minnesota, just in case he was dropped for whatever reason.
Alexander Madison,
just in case he was on just on the waiver wire. Probably unlikely, but just in case. Receivers, though, this is one that I really wanted to talk about because I want to see where you guys are right now. For me,
go ahead.
For me, I like Van Jefferson.
You brought up last episode Tutu Atwell or Van Jefferson, right? That's what you brought up. As much as I want to throw up in my mouth, Ben Skoranek over both of them.
Oh God, no!
I don't want any part of any one of them.
I agree, but
it's Baker back there. Like are you shooting your shot on Baker?
No, I don't want to. He's already burned me.
No, he's burned me too. Yeah.
The Chargers defense has looked better. Robert Woods. I say that because they're playing against the Chargers.
Yeah,
he looked okay.
Not bad.
Might be a name. Again, scarce.
I'm looking at the DJ Charks.
I would rather.
He's only 55%. Zay Jones, he's 61.
I would rather have a Nick Westbrook-Akine than Robert Woods, and they're on the same team. Just because he's got that deep threat potential over Robert Woods.
I got another name. I know that, again, deep shot, super deep shot. Chris Moore from Houston. Chris Moore went crazy this week. And it's because there's nobody else in town.
Those quarterbacks are worse than Baker Mayfield as a collective, and I don't want any of it.
That's a deep shot.
Oof. That is deep, but
I would see if Drake London is still out there. He's getting a quarterback change. It might. He's been burning everybody. So
how did we not talk about Desmond Ridder?
What? I'm not playing that dude.
Ain't nobody playing him, but nobody knows what he looks like. So why would we talk about him?
What about two quarterback league? You're not interested in Desmond Ridder if you need one. Okay. Reasonable. I thought that it would be worth at least mentioning. Outside of that, I mean, Marquise Goodwin, maybe, but no. Probably still no.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe Isaiah McKenzie, if he's out there. He's on the
Isaiah McKenzie. So. Yeah. Amari Rogers was involved.
It's 3 weeks in a row we brought up Isaiah McKenzie that he hasn't really been anything, I guess.
It's because he keeps every time that he gets on the field, he messes up somehow or some way. Every time.
That is fair. That is very fair.
He fumbled the ball away
That's fair.
What? It was just a baby hit too. Just come on, man. Hold on to the ball.
I would like to take a quick 15 seconds to say RIP to the Chiefs salary cap and then paying MVS $30 million over the next 3 years for him to do what he did in Green Bay, which was absolutely nothing.
That's tough. That is as tough as it gets. As tough as it gets.
Listen, dude's more athletic than I'll ever be in my entire life, but you're not quite good enough to be where you're at.
Not good enough to get paid $30 million. I'm sorry. No, absolutely not. Outside of that, I think that's pretty much it. That's pretty. Check to see if Jameson Williams is on your waiver wire. Check to see if he's there.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Mm-hmm. Just saying.
He got involved.
Another player I had on my roster and dropped from the IR slot. Everyone that I've picked up and dropped this year has just evolved to be great.
Seems like there's a problem here, Aaron.
I don't know if he was really great. He was like wide open on that touchdown.
Fantasy greatness. You don't get wide open without being great or other people just being awful.
Blown coverage for sure.
Super blown coverage.
All right, so you guys want to get ready to talk about
this best position on the football field?
Tight ends.
Evan Ingram against Dallas is not a good matchup, but I would hold him because then he plays New Jersey and Houston. I'm just going to say that right now.
Okay. You know who I'm going to go with.
Cole Kmet.
Nope.
It can't be Hunter Henry.
Can't be Foster Moreau.
Got to be Okuna. You got to go with Okuna.
Okay.
I mean, he had the most targets last week. Tannehill loves tight ends.
That is fair.
Look
at Delaney Walker. Ask him.
Yes. So
the last 3 weeks as well, he's got 5 targets, 6 targets coming back to us in Jacksonville. against the Chargers, they're going to have to throw. They're going to have to. I like that move. I like that. I like that. I like
That's
that.
a good one.
Mine would probably still, I want Noah Fant to be something so badly. I want him to be something so badly. But you can't put him in. You can't. I want him to be so badly. You can't put him in. I was just looking at names right now. I think Dawson Knox probably. Dawson Knox. Maybe with Isaiah McKenzie messing up a little more and, they realizing that they've got something in Dawson Knox, might as well use him, He hasn't been
just paid him.
He hasn't been terrible, outside of like against New England and against Detroit, but 8 points, 4 points, 7 points, 10 points, 2-0, 12 points. It's not bad for a tight end. What do we put our marker at for tight ends? 4 points, 5 points is a good week. That's a good week. I don't know. He's been there a couple times. Tight ends suck. Tight ends suck. But yeah, I like Dawson.
If he's still out there like he is in a lot of other leagues, Cole Kmet, they're coming back off of a bye. Yes, they have Philly, but that offense can't just run through Justin Fields running. So
yeah, that's all the tight ends that I'm seeing right now that I'd give a shit about.
Yep, agreed.
Defenses. This is where I think we make the money. This is where we're at. All right, so
Denver Broncos against Arizona if Kyler Murray is actually out.
Now, yes.
If they're out there, yes. New England's defense against Vegas.
That's also a good shout.
I would say Arizona defense against Denver if Wilson is out.
That is also a very good shout.
Like that's going to be a terrible game. That over is going to be like 30. It's going to be something bad. Like
Greg Dulcich is still going to just go off. Though.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, Greg Dulcich needs to be the start of the week for everybody. 100% start of the week. Although Hunter Henry is going to break that trend because I had to have him in a DraftKings lineup. But look, Arizona can't guard tight ends. Greg Dulcich, right there. If he's out there, pick him up because you probably need to use him.
Ray put a stamp of approval on him. Just move off.
It's not a quarterback. You're good to go.
That's fair.
Do you play New Orleans against a rookie?
New Orleans defense hasn't looked that good. They just haven't.
That's just
question.
Lattimore might be back.
True.
I mean,
if Lattimore's back, yes. If not, then probably not.
But Ritter could just run all over him too. Ritter's mobile. Could just run all over him.
He could.
I don't know. I mean, it's a good. It's the process is there, right? You got to think that New Orleans defense is good enough to stop a 5th round rookie quarterback.
New Orleans only has given up the most 20 points in the last 4 weeks.
It's pretty good. I'd probably
okay. Well, then maybe you're right.
I would look at. Go ahead. Sorry, Ruben.
No, go ahead.
I would look at Minnesota versus Indy.
Correct.
That would probably be the last game that I'm really interested in getting into.
Yes.
Anything else that you see there, Ray, that you would be interested in getting into?
You don't
have to force it.
I know that if you're in a pinch, the Jets against Detroit might be something, but man, it's because they're good at stopping the run. That's the only reason I'd say that. The Jets are good at stopping the run. The Lions need to have the run game involved in their passing game. They have to have it. That's the only reason. But outside of that, no.
I mean, sitting here with 2 Green Bay fans only tells me how bad your guys' defense is if you won't start Green Bay against the Rams.
And I wanted to bring that up too. I'm glad you kind of transitioned into that. The trap game of the week is the Green Bay Packers against the LA Rams. People think, it's Baker Mayfield's going to be there. Number one, Cam Akers is going to run for at least 125 yards. We'll say the running back room is going to run for at least 125 yards.
Baker will have 50 himself.
They're going to torch us, and they're going to know. Okay, don't throw Jair, even though Jair is kind of like Jalen, where Jalen will be super aggressive and then get beat deep. But whatever corner's on the opposite side and whatever safety's on the opposite side, it doesn't matter. They're just going to be able to. Oh, look, there's a go ball. Let's just hit that real quick.
Baker can't hit it though. Like Baker's not gonna hit that.
Hey, he had a
He
game
just
winner.
did last week.
He did it.
Four
even
different times.
Even the sun shines on the dog's ass.
That's fair,
Look.
but still, broken clock's right twice a day. But still, this is a trap game. Don't play the Packers defense.
Baker's made us all look like fools at one point in time in his career or another.
Not to mention, they don't get to play in Lambeau. They still somehow miraculously go back to California.
I thought this game was in Lambeau.
No.
Hang on here. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, it is.
Yes,
Sorry, it is
I was
Lambeau.
gonna
Sorry.
say.
I read that.
You
I read
for
that
sure
wrong.
gotta start him. You gotta start Green Bay. It's gonna be cold as shit.
No, Baker
doesn't
just came
matter.
out of Cleveland. He doesn't care.
Green Bay plays worse in the cold. They're not a cold weather team.
I'm just saying, Baker Mayfield. I'd play Green Bay.
It's a trap game. I know it. I know it's a trap game. I can't do it. I can't. I don't
Listen,
think Green Bay's going to win that game. I
it's
don't
not-
think they will.
It's not going to be like where the Cowboys, they have a trap game, but somehow they still win the trap game. It's going to be Green Bay has a trap game, and yeah, they might win, but it's going to be like 31-27.
Damn. Ramondre went down? What's going on with
Oh,
Ramondre now?
whoa,
It's getting out of
whoa. Breaking
Getting out of
news.
control.
Breaking news.
Uh,
Rube, if Ramondre's out, how are you feeling about your fantasy playoff here?
Did he hurt his ankle
Oh, no.
and is questionable to return?
Oh, no. They better
Uh-oh.
sit his ass. Oh, no.
Yes.
Another running back that I had in my DraftKings lineup. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Will you just stop playing the pieces that people need? Play the like 1 in a million shots, please.
I took 5 lineups. Like, what am I supposed to do? Not play anybody? That's ridiculous.
Yes, correct. Exactly. Play all of the deep shots.
They play all the deep shots. Yeah, that's all I got for tight ends and defenses and all the other things we're gonna stream. That's it. I don't have. Look, waiver wires are thin, and if you guys have a question, if you guys stuck around this long, please put it in the comments. We will get to you as soon as humanly possible.
Yes.
For Ray, that's about 7.25 seconds.
It's as fast as the internet will let me.
So, Ruben wanted to bring up a couple people, I do believe, correct?
Yeah, I just wanted to see if you guys trust these individuals in the playoffs.
Okay.
First person I'll go with is J.K. Dobbins.
No. Did you see his long run that he had?
I did not, but
He looked like he was limping. Yeah, the box score says, oh yeah, he took quite a few rushing yards. Looked like it was hard for him to get to top speed. Looked like he started to have to slow up because he was kind of like limping along as he was running. I think Minka took an angle on him, Fitzpatrick for the Steelers, and tried to cut him off, and he tried to cut back behind him and couldn't do it. He doesn't look right.
Okay.
Say you're the Ramondre Stevens owner. Hold on. If you're the Ramondre Stevens owner right now and you have J.K. Dobbins and Ramondre Stevens is out, you putting J.K. Dobbins in your lineup this week? This upcoming week?
If that's all you got, you ain't got no choice, to be honest.
How about if you had Cam Akers as well? We would go Cam
No.
Akers or
I'd probably go
Cam Akers.
No, J.K.
Breaking
Dobbins.
news.
I would not.
Breaking news. New Cowboys wide receiver T.Y. Hilton
Oh yeah, that happened today, right? Yeah.
has a deal.
That's doo-doo.
$600K guaranteed for the remaining 4 games, $50K per game per roster bonus, up to $700K playoff incentives, max value $1.5 million.
Doo-doo.
Is that all just hype?
Where does Odell go now? Where does that happen?
Nowhere. They said his knee doesn't look good. Nobody takes him.
Tough. Who else you got, Rube?
Tua Tunga Bailoa.
Oh, just looking like I've always called him to look like. I got you.
I think that was
the guy that started him for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
It's not him. It's the 2 fastest humans on planet Earth that he's throwing it to. It's not him.
Okay. So
I
do
think
you
that was
trust him now.
just a one-off week. That's
been
my
2
personal
weeks.
pick.
It's been 2 weeks.
Who'd you play the week before?
The Niners.
Well, okay, the
Against top
Niners
defenses,
defense.
I guess.
Yes.
Like the 6 weeks he went crazy. It was all some of the worst defenses out there. So
he would have had probably we can speculate, but I do feel like he would have had a great game against Buffalo week 3 had he not had to go out. And that's who they play this week. Then they play
Let's
Green
see.
Bay, definitely
Ooh.
playing him against Green Bay. And then they play New England in the fantasy championships, definitely playing him against New England.
Aaron, he still played 93% of the snaps against Buffalo.
Yeah, that's true.
Put up 11. He played New England. He put up 14 points.
I'll give some insight on this. I have him and Kirk Cousins. I would go Kirk Cousins rest of the season over Tua.
Oh, I agree. 100%.
I don't know. I wouldn't trust him over if you have streaming viability. I would even say maybe Goff. I would probably go with Goff over Tua right now. Just because I don't necessarily think that his matchups are that great. Buffalo, definitely not.
The Green Bay matchup, I'm for sure playing him.
I mean, yeah, right. Green Bay loves to give up huge plays too. I can see that.
And they're playing in Florida.
Yeah,
I just say this week was a weird game because, the Chargers were hurt. They ran a weird defense where there's always a safety in the middle, but Jalen Waddle wasn't involved either, and Tyreek came up, with his ankle.
That's because everybody's taking the middle away from Tua,
and
all they're gonna do is rinse and repeat until he can figure it out.
Yeah, that's why we were watching the game last night. I told my wife, I was like, "This is how everyone's going to play Tua from now on."
You know what I heard from a reliable source that was at the field watching the game in person? Is that Tua was missing numerous wide open receivers. I mean, because he couldn't get the ball there.
But the thing is, it's the trajectory. He's got to get it over people.
That's what I'm saying. He can't get it there.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
I mean, that's what happens when you go 11 or 3 for 15 or 3 for 11 or whatever through one half of football.
That's tough.
It works if your guys are open, but if they're not open and you got to moonball it, essentially, the Russell Wilson moonball, and you can't do it, and then you can't do it.
I'm not interested in putting Tua in right now.
You guys swayed me.
I'm not interested. Especially last 3 weeks against Houston, 15.96, against San Francisco, 16.8, against the Chargers, which is an easier matchup, 13.6. I'm not interested. No thanks. Go ahead.
And I had a couple more, but I'll end it with this one. DeAndre Swift.
He's riding the pine. We've talked about it offline, Ruben. He's riding the pine.
He would have to ride the pine, but in the situation I'm in now, if Ramondre is out, I'm just gonna, hope
you have to start.
I'm gonna throw him in there and hope for the best. But if I had any other options, higher options, you can't trust Swift at the moment. You do not know what Detroit is doing with him. So,
did you really just lose because Kyler got injured on the first series and Ramondre got injured now?
I mean, yeah, that just gives Eric a bye.
I know. I just looked at your team though. That sucks.
So, but I'll be all right. I got some people on the bench.
You'll be good. I was just looking at your roster because you were talking about him when I was on our league.
I'm going to drop Dalvin Cook for you right now.
Get out of here.
It.
Lock raise rosters, please.
Okay.
Lock raise rosters.
You were saying that.
And if you have somebody like Ray who's just dropping people to try to help somebody else, kick them out your league. Please.
If you are a commissioner, manually force everybody back to that team and then kick them out.
Look, you were saying, oh, I want to pick who I want to play. I want to pick who I want to win. Let's do that.
No.
New England just scored. But anyways, I would like to remind the great viewers and listeners of our show that there are Saturday games this week and next week. So not only do you have a Thursday game to plan for, you have Saturday games to plan for. So please try to plan accordingly.
Anything else, gentlemen?
No.
Nope. I don't got nothing.
All right. Well, that's it. That's the show, folks.
That's the show. So as always, guys, please go to driftlejerky.com. Use code franchise tag for 10% off your order. The beef jerky is by far the best beef jerky I have ever put in my mouth hole. Go to Discord, ask your start sits, ask any form of question that you need. As we've already discussed, Ray, in about 7 seconds, as soon as he gets a notification, we'll respond to you. Follow us on Apple Podcast and Spotify. We haven't posted the last couple weeks just because for some reason the software we use, I'm still looking for another one. It's been messing up. But as always, guys, please hit the thumbs up down at the bottom there. It really helps the videos in the YouTube algorithm. Hit the notification bell anytime that you know live. And as always, please smash that subscribe button. We just crossed 1,000. Thank you. It feels good. Couldn't do it without you guys, but that is ultimately what helps make the channel grow the most. And as always, guys, we will see you later.